evening to be a Bobcat fan. How about this? Is this not great? We appreciate everyone coming out tonight for this special event. We especially appreciate Salem and their patience. We appreciate those folks. I've got a real quick Rick Cormany story. You won't remember this. You were my PE teacher in the 8th grade. Yeah, and I'm 75 years old. Coach Cormany told us in 8th grade while we're out here on the floor flopping around like we were supposed to be stretching. I said, I like those shoes. He said, you're going to get you a pair of these shoes. I said, no, I just bought these, at Kmart in August. Oh, I fully expect you to wear out 3 pair of tennis shoes during PE in the 8th grade. I said, oh my Lord. And he wasn't kidding. He was not kidding. I want to thank the Partners for Excellence Foundation for making part of this possible. Also, I'd like to thank the Radford High School Foundation, the members of the Radford City School Board. Without those folks, this would not be possible. And I appreciate everyone's attention to this matter. This is very important to the Bobcat family. Where'd Mr. Wade go? Who's up next? Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. George. I want to thank again the Radford High School Foundation and the Partners for Excellence. Like Dr. George said, we couldn't have done it without you. The timing of such an event, Coach Cormany's retirement, it came on us quick last year, and right before the season, when he announced it, of course we couldn't get the floor redone then. And then with budget constraints being what they are, we knew we had to do it before this season started. And so without those 2 foundations, this event would have happened. It just wouldn't have been able to happen tonight. So if y'all give them a round of applause, I appreciate it. This whole thing started on the playgrounds in Whitwell. That's where a young boy in Whitwell became known as Rifle Rick. He loved the Maroons. He played for the Maroons. And he was the guy on the other team that everybody on the other teams loved to hate. He had long hair. He could really shoot the ball, and he played with swagger before we even knew what playing with swagger was. And he even played in this gym. And we cheered against him in this gym. Like I said, we love to hate him. Now, we just love him. Is Coach Buddy Martin here? He's up there. He's the man who hired Coach Cormany away from Rocky Gap. He's a genius. Thank you, Coach. I've been lucky enough to coach with these guys, and I was asked to coach with them 15 years ago. Coach Little asked me, and little did I know what I was getting myself into, but I learned there's 3 rules with Coach Cormany. One is that when the coach is talking, all eyes are on the coach. Eyes open, ears open, mouth shut. If the answer is yes, the answer is yes, sir. If the answer is no, the answer is no, sir. And you never walk on the court. The slowest you'll ever be moving is a jog when you're on the confines of the court. And those rules seem simple, but when they're executed the way Coach Cormany executed them and made all of our coaches exercise it with all the kids, 8th grade, JV, and varsity, it's a thing to behold. He demands one kind of effort, and that's maximum. And if you're not giving maximum effort, you're going to hear about it. Maybe y'all know what I'm talking about. But his practices is where his teams learn success. And if you didn't give maximum effort in practice, you're going to hear about it. And he really worked his kids so hard that he always said, we make the practices hard so the games will be easy. And they came easy, Coach. You did a wonderful job. He taught intensity through discipline every practice. He turned our Radford boys into men, and we can't thank him enough. Thank you, Coach. We're now going to hear from Coach Jeff Lewis.
Coach, I bet this is probably a nightmare with a mic in my hand and knowing that if I'm going to scout how long it takes, I promise I won't do that to you. But as I was thinking, trying to figure out, what made Coach Cormany great, what was the things that actually led into this night. The one thing that kind of kept coming back in my head was family. I had the pleasure of coaching with him for 16 years. And it was an amazing 16 years. I learned I'm the only coach on the staff now. I was the only coach at the time that wasn't a Radford Bobcat. Don't you Highway Warrior. Somehow he let Smith County sneak in. So, Coach, I appreciate that. And when I say family, it was as a coaching staff, it was family. And if you kind of think about how those guiding principles are, and a lot of our guiding principles were, a lot of people may not know this, was based off Andy Griffith. It's amazing, great show that we would watch, and it's amazing how many times that we would be in the coach's office and there would be a situation come up and somehow Andy would come into it. And Ernest T here was a big part of that as well. So, Coach, we appreciate that. That was family among coaches. That was family among players. And it was blended in coaches and players. I try to stay in contact. I know these other guys do with a lot of these guys. Great to see you guys here. Thank you for making the effort. Dixon, I know that's a long ride down, long ride back. Appreciate it. Josh, great to see you, my son. It's awesome they made it in from Charlotte. But we appreciate it, and I think that just shows just the family and the bonding that we had. And as I turn this over, I want everybody to just kind of notice that our whole staff, once again, except for me, Coach Davis, are former Bobcats, and that's awesome. That's awesome.
We've got some facts that I'm going to get the coaches to help me with.
Coach Cormany coached the Bobcats for almost 3 decades. The only practice he missed was when his daughter, Keely, was in surgery in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Coach Cormany holds the Virginia High School League record for most technical fouls in one game.
Coach Cormany won 22 of his last 23 district championships.
Coach Cormany was named the District Coach of the Year 17 times.
Coach Cormany won 16 of his last 17 district tournament championships.
Coach Cormany won 16 region championships.
Coach Cormany was named the Region Coach of the Year 7 times.
In his last 24 seasons, Coach Cormany's Bobcats made an appearance in 19 state championship tournaments.
In those 19 tournaments, Coach Cormany's Bobcats played in the Final Four 15 times.
In 2022, Coach Cormany was inducted into the Radford High School Athletics Hall of Fame.
Coach Cormany's Bobcats played in the final state championship game 11 times.
Coach Cormany's Bobcats won 6 state championships.
In the 2018-2019 season, Coach Cormany's Bobcats won the state championship, going undefeated, 30-0, and honored by the gold banner.
Coach Cormany was named the Virginia High School League Coach of the Year 7 times.
With 773 wins, Coach Cormany stands as the Virginia High School League's second all-time winningest coach in VHSL history.
We could go on and on, but it's Coach Fisher's turn.
Coach, the day is not only deserved because of all the on-court accomplishments and successes. Rather, it's about how you instill characteristics of hard work, accountability, discipline, purpose, and passion into the young men and the generations to come. I was blessed to be able to play for you. I was blessed to learn from the best while coaching with you. And tonight we celebrate and give thanks for everything you've done for the Bobcat community. Coach, the floor is yours.
By the way, I'm supposed to win with the guys over there, right? You got Darius Nichols, you got Big Blade Dante, you got Shane Nichols, you got Hughes represented there, we got Miles Jones. I mean, we're supposed to win. But anyway, thank you all. I'm going to pull one of the kid things here, and I know that some of you older players of mine ain't going to believe this. But I'm going to pull out my phone and look at my notes. Texting machine is what some of us used to call it. But anyway, thank you all. Thanks for everybody that came tonight. This is a blessing. It was a blessing to be here, to coach here for 30 years. The blessing was all the great people I worked with, worked for. Those things are memories that I cherish every day. I also have to thank my wonderful wife, Erica. No way that you can coach and coach the right way if you don't have somebody beside you that understands the time, the energy, the commitment, everything that goes into trying to be a successful program. As far as packing up kids, bringing them to the gym, they were raised on this court. My three were raised on this court. Cam couldn't be here. He's in a practice at the Naval Academy. But thanks to Gavin, thanks to Keely, this Gavin family support you. This means everything. 1 year after, I'm going to make this quick. 1 year after, and Coach T somewhere, where's Coach T? He always says when I say I'm going to make it quick, it's 30 minutes later. But anyway, I'll never forget, and I've told a lot of coaches this, we had a bad loss at the end of the season. You know, if you coach 40 years at the high school level, you're going to have a lot of bad losses at the end of the season. Okay, we happened to win 6, and that's the only time we had a good finish the season the right way. I never said the right things in the locker room to the kids, and I regret that. I regret saying the wrong things to some of you guys and some of our players. But with that being said, I remember sulking around for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Didn't want to talk to nobody. Didn't want to be around myself, much less anybody else. And finally, Erica stopped me and she said, "You know what? The kids and I are hurting too. You need to let us in." And I remember that to this day, and that was probably one of the smartest things or one of the best things I've ever heard. And she was 100% correct. Thank you. I had great administrators here, very supportive. I appreciate you guys. I love seeing the guys that I was with when I first got here, Mr. Martin, Kenny Allman. I love seeing Dr. Wright, all the guys that were the first principals I worked for. I appreciate all of you, every one of you. I wish I could stand here and name every last one of you, but I appreciate you. One of the things that all these guys help me. These coaches are just, they are family to me. And I know this sounds corny, but you know, I hope this is a night for them too, because I'm telling you, this is a team game, and there is absolutely no way we win without the help I've had. Bill Nichols was like a brother to me, he still is. We have had so much fun doing this. He and Tommy Hilton have been with me forever, and several of these guys, and you know, it just goes on and on. And every one of them, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you for all your effort and time you gave us. Obviously, players, oh my goodness, you know, players and parents, what a blessing it's been to coach you and to have you on this floor, giving it everything you had every day. Community support has been incredible. Everybody, you know, that has chipped in to make us. I tell people all the time, it started with Buddy Martin. When we finally started making it to state championships, we were able to do it first class every single time. Every single time. And that's a community thing, and that was a blessing as well. More than anything, this, I never have been, and I hope my players and coaches know this, I've never been a big fan of individual accolades. Coaching, players, whatever. It doesn't, championships is what matters to me, because I know that involves a lot of people. A lot of players, a lot of coaches, a lot of administrators. That's what matters to me. I appreciate this. But if there's one thing I do want out of this, is I want every player that played for me and every coach that I was blessed to work with, I hope, if nothing else, when they see this on the floor, because I talked to Coach Lindenberg about this. This is a little bit embarrassing to have your name on the floor. Okay? But I want you guys, when you see that, coaches and players, I want you to, from the bottom of my heart, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I want you to know how much I appreciate all you gave me for all those years. Okay, and it's not just the state championship teams. Okay, we won 4 games, and those guys helped us start the culture in my first year here. There was a daggone, somebody was passing around the petition to get me fired. Okay? So, you know, but those guys didn't work any less hard than the ones that were fortunate enough to win state championships. So if nothing else, players, coaches, please, when you see that, I hope that you know from the bottom of my heart how much you mean to me and how much you love me. How much I love you also. Because I don't feel like I told you enough. I hope now I do. And every time I see you, if I say I love you, you need to make sure you believe that. And the last thing I'm going to say, there's not a player that's here that hasn't played for this group of guys. There's not a single player here that would not say that the administration at Radford High School made the right hire and made the right hires. Okay? Roy Williams had the fit of, and I'm not comparing myself to Dean Smith, but Roy Williams had to follow Dean Smith at some point. Okay? This is absolutely, all you have to do is walk up to any player in here and they will tell you the right hires have been made. And I promise you, this guy is a Ben Fisher had as much to do with those 6 state titles as anybody else, and everybody else that played or coached in that. And I want to make sure that everybody understands. When I watched a lot of games online. I didn't come to many games last year. My dad passed and we were doing some things. But nothing's changed as far as the traditions of the Bobcat program. Nothing has changed. They're going to defend you. They're going to hustle on and off the floor. They're going to look at coaches in the eyes, and they're going to do the right things. Okay? And you can't imagine how proud I am to have those guys following and keeping up what we do, what we're continuing to do. Okay? Everything to, look what color the shoes are. I seen one with a little bit of green on that. Coach, we're going to talk about that. Okay. But that's all you have to talk about. That's all you have to see. That's all you have to see. Ain't nothing going to change. Okay? Thank you. God bless you. I love all of you.
Coach, we'd like to give you a few accolades to take home. We have a photo of the floor.
From the Virginia. We read this at the school board meeting a few months ago. We framed a nice 4-year-and-a-half and key. Congratulations.
We're just one more minute. We want everybody to come over here. I want your family right here before it says Cormany Court. We're going to take a picture from up high. Please gather around. Everybody's on the floor now, please.
Salem High School, thanks for putting up with this mess.
We have some refreshments up in the upper health room. If you go up and celebrate a little bit with Coach Cormany, please do.